All right. Hello there. Welcome back. It's going to be Minetest game episode 58. Yes. And recovered from a whole bunch of server crashes and new things. In today's episode, we're going to visit the new pond and pathway and additions to the secret underwater laboratory. Yeah. Let's go. We're hopefully before everything crashes. And it's always nighttime. And nothing much major. Some new hallways. Yeah. Let's go out and see what we can do. Basically what I've done. Yes, I'll get to you in a minute, Mr. Moo Cow. Let everything load in here. I have finally got my server running correctly. Having a few problems with a few mods, but I've gone ahead and redid and re-downloaded all the mods that were updated. And it's sort of playing well. But the server is where I really need to get that going 100%, because it's going to make life for me much, much easier. We're going to go through the darkness here. A little bit dark. Go through the forest. Got some new, completely tore out all the animal mods and put in all brand new ones. So it's in the dark. I've extended this pathway. Added some real cool tree features and bushes, and this will be important because, well, I'll show you differences on the server because I still haven't got all the settings correct. And there's a horse playing in the water. We get an apple ready for him. Got horses now. But this pond turned out really, really cool. I'm going to light it up here in a minute. Make him my friend. Hi, Mr. Horsey. And the horse works pretty cool. He's already my friend. And the path tried to replicate like a prairie path and using compressed cobblestone. So let's go over here before I change the daytime. I got to get rid of those warthogs. I really not too fond of the warthogs. And just a great little natural pond. No man-made stuff. Except for the lighting on the path. So we're not going to wait for... That's the beauty of the game. You can just immediately go to daytime. And it's all just natural. Except for these reeds. The fishies like to hide under the reeds. Yeah. It added the lily pads, which is fine. You'd see that in a normal lake or path. And some new trees and bushes. And he keeps going back in there. What he doesn't understand, or she, I don't know which is the horse, is that he loses life when he goes in there. He loses health. Get out of the water. And I put an apple. Oh, pick up the apple. Hi. No, we're not going to call you Wilbur. We'll think of, hey, we got a turtle now. Cool. Think of something better to call you. I had a saddle. There's my saddle. Try to ride him. There we go. Look at that. We can ride the horse. And it's pretty cool. So, and it actually looks like you're riding a horse this time. Side saddle, but there he is. Yeah. So I got to set up a, there's another horsey. So I have to set up a, what do you call it? A horse stable now. Yay me. I heard somebody in a Minecraft video say, This is how we get around in Minecraft. They were building it was Good Times with Scar, and he was building a modern house. And he had 2 garage doors, and inside were horse stables. And he goes, this is how we get around in Minecraft. We have horses. And I went, yeah, I have a Lamborghini in Minetest. So we have our advantages over here in the Minetest world. Except for what I'll show you in a second. But I have, I'm not going to play with you, Mr. Cow. But that looks really, really cool. And that's the pond area in the last video I was talking about building. Got some more landscaping in. Just stuff you'd find in a forest off of a prairie path. So it turned out really neat. These are young trees. I don't think they'll do anything. They'll stay like that. And the different path soils. And I have some more grass to fill in, which will be, stuff you would see on a prairie path to give it that. And in the one video, I did have like a footage of the prairie paths by my house, which are, that's too much, which are really cool. You have this kind of, the pathway, like a natural fence, bushes and stuff. And we have our child protection walls here, so children don't go from the treehouse off into the void. Mr. Sheep. Yeah, so I don't know why I came back here, but I've been finding that a lot of the areas, since all the landscaping and all the mods are playing well with each other now, anywhere that there's cows and sheep, I'm losing my lawn. They're eating everything. So it's part of the decay or whatever that, things start to go. And I actually have where you can cut down a tree and the leaves decay. So all that's working. So I'm happy, really happy about that. I've made strides in trying to get everything to play well with each other. All right, so let's go down here. And I had a whole, couple videos done. So I'm going to splice in or edit in the part of building this underwater laboratory. Oh, look at the fishies. And this is really neat. And look at that. and use these in the, and I know some people have a problem with, this is called a table saw or circular saw, and it's incorrect because the circular saw is what you hold, and this would be a table saw. So by taking the table saw, I made these stainless steel blocks and panels, and that made the desk. So it actually looks like it comes out of the wall, and it's nice and thin, so I don't have to, give it the appearance, use a stair, upside down stair. But all the fish tanks, everything you'd see in a nice lab, there's some bottles and some vessels, and my favorite vessel container cabinets in the walls. I got to do something about the lighting, because again, I didn't do any planning, and with the exception of the walls, the ceiling, it goes into the upper level. So that turned out really cool. I'm going to continue the theme on down this hallway, add some more labs, and maybe a little pool where you have some sharks. Oh, look at that. And I'm still having a small issue with sharks jumping up on the land. Look at all the cows. Look at all the sharkies. Cool. So that is turning out very nice. And then we have our little portal. Where'd it go? There, that building over there for divers. That is really cool. I'm going to expand on that, because that nice little area to enter and exit. And I want to make a holding tank. So let's say you have a big animal, but it has to be able to access that. I thought I saw a turtle pop up. But I'm really happy with the realism and the way that's coming together. Go back up here. That chicken still is still playing around in the corridors. But so far, everything's real stable. Now, and I'm not saying that to jinx myself or prove myself wrong, but we haven't had any slowdowns, any, there we go. So far, no slowdowns. Or crashes even. So one of the problems that I am having, that I have to work out, because we're going to switch over to the server in a minute. Look how that area, everything's finally coming together. Because what I want to do is finish this world and start a new world. And here's one of the problems that we're going to see on the server that I have not been able to fix. And if you look at the coloring of some of the items. So what's left to do here is, now that I finally got, not getting heat. Yep, there's the heart. Alrighty. So I'm happy with the way my texture packs and everything are turning out. If you notice here's the little workshop area. So everything's still working. I've managed to get my little demonstration area here. I've managed to get everything to play well with each other. And these are adding, I had to really scale back on some of the blocks in the my mods. Oh, how appropriate. A Mustang and a Mustang. Yeah. And some of the other things. So I'm using 2 different versions of software. I'm finally up on, well, this is still the 4.5 development version, because this is the most stable thing I've found for the Mac. So this is fixed. And this is going to get completely completely redone. I was having a problem with the farming packs not playing well with each other on the server. All right, so we're going to come up here. Everything is nice and working. We have a cow up on, oh, he's up on the fence. But the horses look good. I'm happy with them. Get off my fence, Mr. Cow. All right, it's getting dark out here. So let's go over to the server. Okay, it's almost unloading. Basically what I have is I have a DigitalOcean, and I'm not sponsored by them. I have a DigitalOcean Dropbox. It's a 1 gig. It's a server with 1 gig of memory and 1 processor and 20 gigs of storage. And it houses all my MySQL servers, all my web pages, everything is up on there. And I've had it since I graduated. It has my portfolio. It's a playground, basically. So as you can see, nothing major has changed except for those lights, because the only thing I have not been able to get working, and I still have to go through the configuration for the server, because everything has to be done blindly, where you'd set all the settings. What we have, so this is completely on an Ubuntu 14.04 server, which is going to get updated soon to 16.04, but I still have a couple months before I seriously have to consider moving. One of the problems that I'm having, now I'm running the development version or the unstable version of 4.15 on the server, but yet I'm having, I'll show you, I have stuff from the new 4.16 in here. One of the problems that I'm having, some of my plants have gone to humongous size, and I can't figure out how to fix that. I mean, the Junus plants, they've all gone crazy, and I've found in the past that has something to do with traders, because nothing's changed in the textures, nothing's changed in the mods. So I've replaced some of them with papyrus and go from there. So far, the server has been rock stable. And I mean, I've hammered it. Not to, I figured out how to put spaces to center text. You just put a space when you go in here. That's not how you go in there. When you go in here, you just put a space and then hit enter, and you can put your text to wherever you want. Why is there a horse on top of there? Dude, get off there. But I'm finally on, my mod, the mod packs are playing well. I had things running in the background. Now the server, I just fired up the server, so who knows? It's got to stabilize a little bit, I guess. I guess. But that doesn't look good when it's fully up like that. So there's some different things that I have to do. But I mean, I have animals all over the place. I've been hammering this server. And one of the problems, we're going to go to the area where I'm having some problems with, is the colors, the unified dyes or dyes. And I've gone through and I've pulled out the unified dyes from the mod pack. And I've also, there's another dye mod that comes default. So when I say that I have features from 2.6 or 4.16, now look, all this is turned white. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'm gonna have to go in there and replace it if I can't fix it. But that's their, I pulled out the My Chisel. I got to put the My Chisel mod back in because I was doing some testing. So I do have some dies that are working, and the stained glass, and that looks cool. But the chests have gone to the animated 4.16. And I have, if I go in here for sand, I have the silver sand and the silver sandstone, which looks really good. I have, there's the silver sand and the new silver sandstone blocks from 4.16. So I don't know what to think of it, but right now all my colors, the dyes are not working. And another place where that affects me is in the furniture. So the furniture you have the beds and you can throw dyes at. So here's my couch, and if I go in here and say, and you pick up a dye, let's use black. So I have my black dye, and I go and hit the couch. It says that the node is already black. So there's a problem with the dyes not registering, or I'm not sure. I can't find any errors in the error logs, but this was all dark gray wood and not playing well. So I'm going to have to change that. Did I close the garage door? Nope, we don't want no animals in there. And like I said, I've been hammering on this server, and some of my performance. Now the strange thing is the colors that I painted the wood for the deck have stayed, but you can see how the colors in the house have gone from dark to light wood now. Their natural color. So I am going to have to work on that. See, it's just. Oh, now it's turning night. And this brings a problem with some of the plants. And it's only 2 plants. It's these Redis and the Junus plant that I'm having the issue with. Other than that, everything's stable. So I went through, and I'm not going to pull them all out, because if I fix the issue, then I have to go back and put them in. So I'm going to tolerate these colossal plants. See, now I'm getting a little bit of lag because of all the activity going on. And I'm in full range view, which is really pretty. And so for the pond, we'll look at the pond real quick. That was a natural area. I've done nothing to that area, which made things really cool. And just how would a pond form naturally? And added water. I just played with the shoreline a little bit. Here's an opportunity over here to put like a little wooden platform with a rail. Not to take away from it, but all I got to do is figure out the plant life around there, and this will turn out really good. And the prairie path turned out nice. So I'm very happy with that. There's a kitty. And put, the lighting and stuff like that. I mean, I couldn't do this in the play world because it would just crash the game. So as soon as everything spawns in, and I mean, I went up to the factory, I turned on all the Technic stuff, and I have a video clip of, I don't know if it'll still do it. We gotta go check that out. But this is gonna be really cool because I want to really start exploring. Oops. I want to start exploring the world again. to find some new and interesting places before, you know, the series. So let's go over to the factory and see if we can't. Everything is, like I said, got all the new. I'm gonna cheat. All the new stuff in. There we go. Let's go down to the, let's see if they're still there. Look at all the mice. I kid you not, there was like 20 mice. I got off the elevator and there was like 20 mices. I think they all went away. Oh, I can't get up there. And the lava is laving. So all the mining operation is done. I'm going to turn that all back on. I'm still getting a lag, you know, a little bit of lag, but not bad from what it used to be. I mean, it was bad. I had to really play with it. And the amount of server crashes that I experienced. Oop, I don't want to do that. I love coming up in here, just turning on these lights. And it's going to prove me wrong now. Something's loading in the background. I'm still disabled. That's because I got all this machinery running. So every time I come into this area of this chunks of blocks in the active area, it likes to slow things down. The quarry's not working. Everything's working. New security, new patio or balcony. Something just came in. Where's it going into? Look at that. We have new tin. Allow splitting from incoming tubes. That's new. Cool. All right. So what I'm going to do is go back and edit all this fun stuff. See, I mean, I've been hammering on this server, and the server is underpowered. It is not I mean, we're talking one processor, 1 gig of memory, but everything's SSDs, and it's working. And there's other things going on that server at the same time. Like I said, MySQL databases are in there, and my Apache web server, stuff like that. So now we're back in my house. We're in the house. And the penguin, the shading on the penguin is really strange down here. He's all black, and then when you look away, he'll change. So I have some tinkering to do, but for the most part, and that plant is just humongous. Humongous. There we go. Just for right now. Oh wait, I do have a fern. See how that's fine. But all my furniture has changed colors, and it hasn't come back yet. Put that there. Why not? Because once I fix this issue, I'm going to go back and redo all the plans. So like I said, all my dyes have gone away. And that's something that I will work on. But that's the only two things that I'm having a problem with. And the reason why I had to change out those lights for beacons is because those lights use the unified dyes. So I have to put up with the white lamps and white furniture. Everything else is working as expected. I've checked out all the other areas. Like the dye is gone from the chair. It's gone from the bed. The lamp, because that's supposed to be blue as you saw in the other one. I did manage to get the skins working again. So there's my, I don't know what he is. He looks like a Charizard. He's a Charizard. And that's it. And my cars disappeared for whatever reason. So like I said, you know, you guys in Minecraft, you have your horses. I have a Porsche and a Mustang. So there. They're like, yeah, okay, we have redstone. We have Technic. But I have realistic looking doors. Come back in here, watch some TV. And it's going to do it. So, I'm going to try to answer some questions in the comments. Somebody said, you are new at this because of my trains episode. And I tested the trains out on this too. I mean, I really hammered on this server and everything worked as expected. And yes, I am new at this. One of the things is, I used to play this game on and off, but one of the reasons for these videos was just to fully start playing the game, to discover the world and see what I could build in it. So other than these hideous plants right now and sharks jumping up on the land, everything's fine. So I use this as a test bed. There's a lot of stuff on this game. There's a lot of mods. There's a lot of hidden tricks and stuff that I haven't figured out yet that I'm working on. It's mainly just to be fun and see what you can do with it. So it's a free game, and the mod packs are there. You can customize it any which way you want. Nobody has a problem. You can go into the Lua code for the mod packs and the configurations, and the sky's the limit of what you can do and what you want to play with this. So, just finding everything out. You see that chunk is still in there from the factory. Just finding everything out and what you could play with. That's a far ways off. And go from there and just enjoy yourself with it. So, and plus it makes for great comedy when you figure something out or do something that it's not supposed to do something a certain way, or there. And this area is done. Anything I add will just kill the looks of this area. I am one with this backyard. So, all right, that's going to do it. If you like these videos, please leave a like, comment, consider subscribing. Go from there. I will answer more questions in the next videos, and welcome our new members, which is greatly appreciated. The amount of new subscribers and the views that I've been getting on these videos, encouraging my behavior, and go from there. So, hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. It's still gorgeous out in Chicago, and we'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.